I gave earlier, if you're in tech space, these are the enterprise architecture. This law is the equivalent of an enterprise architecture. You are going to have the pillars for cybercrime or cyber security law. You are going to have your SCC. The only thing we are worried about, which we are taking enough caution, is to ensure that there is no duplication of variety. And that's why you see reference in this bill to Data Protection Act. I mentioned something earlier on that somebody said, oh, our data should be localized inside Nigeria. It's not for this bill. What is to simply say that all our automation processes should or shall now comply with the provisions of Data Protection Act. Rather, try to import data sovereignty into this bill. There's already an act that is in charge of that. You make reference to it. So this enterprise architecture, all of those pillars will still exist functioning. It makes it a lot easier. If you need to strengthen Data Protection Act for data sovereignty, we go there. If there's anything that is missing that we believe NCC should do, we go there. But this bill, what it seeks to do is to say this paper, this document in its original form. If I have this same information on my iPad, it has the same consideration as if it is in a paper form. And we notice that we are also conscious enough that there's Evidence Act. We mentioned two landmark enactments in this country that is in this bill. I'm not a lawyer, but I've read this sufficiently enough. The Land Use Act is in the Constitution. The Evidence Act is why in the Constitution. We made reference to them here.
We talk a lot about being the first on the African continent, and people think it's about bragging. As a nation that represents anywhere close to 20%, if not more, of the black nation or the black people, we do have a responsibility to set the direction for how countries across the African continent will develop. If we're able to allow Nigeria to rise, the rest of Africa will rise. And the leadership we're seeing on display today and over the past month and the last 2 years is an example of how the legislators will work with the executive, with the private sector and civil society to give Nigeria the future that we deserve.